Hello everyone, welcome to Raj Alchemy's Concept Clear classes. Today we will discuss about mechanism of transpiration. We know from the previous class that transpiration is the loss of water from the aerial parts of the plant in the form of water vapor. And this transpiration occurs through the very small pores or minute pores present on the leaf epidermis. And these pores are known as stomata, and the transpiration is known as stomatal transpiration. The stomata are bound by two kidney-shaped cells or bean-shaped cells known as guard cells. And these guard cells control the opening and closing of stomata. When the stomata open, the transpiration occurs, and when the stomata close, the transpiration also stops. So, due to the opening and closing of stomata, the transpiration occurs. Thus, mechanism of transpiration means mechanism of stomatal movement or mechanism of stomatal opening and closing. To explain this Sturger change of the guard cell, there are number of theories given by different scientists. The first theory is photosynthesis in guard cells. This theory is proposed by von Moll in 1856. So, according to this theory, chloroplast present in the guard cells carry out photosynthesis and produce sugar. You know that sugar is produced during photosynthesis. The formation of sugar increase the osmotic concentration of the guard cell because sugar is soluble in water. So, due to the increased osmotic concentration, the guard cells absorb water from the nearby cells, and the cells become stretched and the stomata will open. But this theory is not acceptable because the chloroplast present in the guard cells either inactive or less active. So, they cannot produce appreciable amount of sugar to change the osmotic concentration of the guard cell. The second theory, starch sugar interconversion hypothesis. This theory is given by the scientist Lloyd in 1908. He observed that the amount of starch is high during night or during dark and is low during daytime. So, according to him, the starch is converted to sugar during daytime, and this sugar increases the osmotic concentration of the guard cells. The guard cell swells and the stomata open, and during night this sugar again converted to starch. As starch is insoluble in water, the osmotic concentration of the guard cell decreases and the stomata will be closed. Another scientist, Sayer, he indicated this conversion starch into sugar takes place due to change in pH of the guard cell. According to him, during daytime, the carbon dioxide which is released in respiration is utilized in photosynthesis. So, the pH of the guard cell increases. At this increased pH, the starch in presence of inorganic phosphate is converted to glucose 1-phosphate. Here pH is about 7.0 or 7.5, and during night time the carbon dioxide which is released during respiration is not used in photosynthesis because at night there is no photosynthesis. This carbon dioxide combine with water to form carbonic acid. So due to formation of carbonic acid, the pH of the guard cell become low, about 5.0. At this low pH, the glucose 1-phosphate is converted to starch during night. So as the starch is formed, the osmotic concentration of the guard cell decreases, it lose water and the guard cell become flaccid and stomata close. The next theory is starch glucose interconversion hypothesis. This is given by Stewart. Stewart modified the starch sugar interconversion hypothesis. According to him, there will be no appreciable change in the guard cell by the formation of glucose 1-phosphate. According to him, so glucose 1-phosphate should be further breakdown into glucose and the inorganic phosphate. So he gave a scheme for stomatal opening and closing known as Stewart scheme. So according to Stewart scheme, for opening of the stomata in light, following steps involved. In the first step, the pH of the guard cell increases because carbon dioxide is used in photosynthesis. In the second step, this increased pH favors the conversion of starch to glucose 1-phosphate in presence of phosphate, and the enzyme is phosphorylase. Now, next step, the glucose 1-phosphate is converted to glucose 6-phosphate by the enzyme phosphoglucomutase. And the next step, glucose 6-phosphate is then breakdown into glucose and inorganic phosphate by the enzyme phosphatase. So, in the next step, this formation of glucose increases the osmotic concentration of the guard cell. The guard cells absorb water from the adjacent cells and the guard cells become turgid and stomata open. Then closing of stomata in dark. The following steps are involved. First, the pH of the guard cell decreases because there is accumulation of carbon dioxide because it is not used in photosynthesis in dark. So the presence of carbon dioxide decreases the pH because carbonic acid is formed. At low pH, the glucose is converted to glucose 1-phosphate in presence of ATP and the enzyme is hexokinase. So now glucose is converted to glucose 1-phosphate. In the next step, glucose 1-phosphate is converted to starch by the enzyme phosphorylase. pH is about 5. So when starch is formed, it is insoluble in water. So the osmotic concentration of the guard cell decreases. Then water from the guard cell move outside by exoosmosis. And the guard cells become flaccid and the stomata close. Next, potassium ion theory. This is the most recent theory or most accepted theory. Two Japanese scientists, S. Imamura and M. Fujino, in 1959, they observed accumulation of potassium ion during stomatal opening. And this theory, they suggested that the K plus ion or the potassium ion have some role in stomatal opening and closing. Later, the scientist Leavitt in 1974 modified this theory. So according to this theory, the starch present in the guard cells first converted to phosphoenol pyruvic acid or phosphoenol pyruvate. Then phosphoenol pyruvate converted to malic acid. In the next step, malic acid dissociate into malate ion and hydrogen ion. Now, the hydrogen ion from the guard cell is transferred to the other epidermal cell, and in exchange, potassium ion from the other epidermal cells are transported into the guard cell. So, due to presence of this potassium ion and the malate ion in guard cells, there is formation of potassium malate, which is a salt and is soluble in water. So due to presence of this salt, the osmotic concentration of the guard cell increases. So it absorbs water from the nearby cells. The guard cells become turgid and the stomata open. Then closing of stomata in dark. In dark, the concentration of the carbon dioxide increases because it is not used in photosynthesis. So, in presence of carbon dioxide, an inhibitor hormone that is known as abscisic acid function in presence of carbon dioxide. So, this abscisic acid inhibit means check or stop, check the potassium ion uptake or potassium ion absorption into the guard cell. Further, the potassium ion present in the guard cell are transported back to the epidermal cell due to the action of abscisic acid. So, the osmotic concentration of the guard cell decreases, it loses water and the guard cell become flaccid and the stomata close. So, these are theories to explain the mechanism of transpiration or mechanism of stomatal opening and closing. If you have any doubt regarding this, you can ask me in the comment section. And if you like the video, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.